Mike Tyson just said his fight with Jake Paul was actually fake. Oh man, I think Jake's in big trouble now. In Jake Paul's interview after the fight with Tyson, he kinda proved it was all planned. He said he held back because Tyson wasn't hitting back. But fans didn't believe that at all. And then there were Tyson's talks before the fight, where he said he'd chase Jake around and give fans a great show. But that wasn't the same Tyson we saw on fight night.
At what point did you start to take your foot off the gas just a little bit because you noticed he was tiring out?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a bit. You know, I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt.
Did you feel Mike's power at all?
No.
He hit you with one, and you gave him the tongue.
I only because the crowd, got turned up.
/ So what really happened? Was Tyson just showing his age, or was something bigger going on? Was Jake Paul's win real, or was it all part of some plan to keep the show exciting? Stick around, because we're digging into everything fans are calling one of the strangest fights ever. From what happened inside the ring to what people are saying online, we're breaking it all down. Was it just a rough night for Tyson, or was the whole thing a setup?
Reaching. But then I saw this. I've been watching Mike Tyson, and I'm not a big boxing fan, but I know Mike likes to fight on the inside. And once he rocks you, then he goes in and finishes you off. This is Mike Tyson. This is Iron Mike Tyson to the T. This is Mike's muscle memory. He rocks you, and then he works you body on the inside, goes for the uppercut, knocks you out. But when you watch this, Mike rocked Jake Paul in the face. He caught him. Jake started to fall back, and then Mike was, it was as if Mike was like, well, damn, I'm gonna knock him out. I'm sorry, the contract said don't knock out.
Jake Paul saying he held back during the fight is the kind of thing that makes people suspicious. Why would a guy known for being loud and fearless suddenly go easy in the ring? That kind of talk had fans really confused, especially when you look at Jake's past fights. Think about it, Jake Paul has picked his opponents very carefully. He's gotten famous by fighting people who, let's be honest, weren't at their best anymore. From retired athletes to ex-MMA fighters, Jake's matches have always felt more like a big show than a real fight. And now, stepping into the ring with a 68-year-old Mike Tyson, the same pattern shows up again. But this time, it's different. The stakes are way bigger. This wasn't just anyone, this was Iron Mike.
For the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was leaked hours before the fight happened. Let me explain. Obviously, with it being Jake Paul, a lot of people expected the fight to be rigged, basically to ensure that Jake wins. So this coming out literal hours before the fight didn't help at all, and it's very detailed. I'll move out the way so you can pause it and have a read. But as you can see, this is the end.
When Jake said he didn't want to knock Tyson out because Tyson wasn't fighting back, fans called him out right away. If Tyson wasn't throwing punches, why not? Was Jake trying to do Tyson a favor, or was Tyson holding back for some reason? Jake's claim that he held back to protect Tyson's name or health might sound nice at first, but fans didn't believe it. To them, it just felt like a weak excuse for a fight that didn't live up to the hype.
Tried to give the fight the best fight I possibly could, but when someone's just surviving in the ring, basically, it's hard to make it exciting. So I couldn't really get him to engage me or slip shots and, do something super cool or whatever, but I don't care about what people have.
Watching Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul felt like seeing a wild animal trying to break out of its cage. Fans who expected Tyson's usual power and rage were left confused. There were times when it looked like Tyson was about to go full beast mode, but then something stopped him. Was it tiredness, strategy, or something planned? The glove biting really stood out. For people who don't know, Tyson sometimes bites his gloves when he's frustrated. But in this fight, he did it over and over again. It looked like he was holding himself back, almost fighting his own instincts. Fans couldn't stop asking, why would Mike Tyson, of all people, hold back in a fight? Then there were moments when Tyson started moving forward, showing glimpses of the old Iron Mike. But just as fast as those moments appeared, they vanished. Tyson's punches didn't have their usual power, his movement was slow, and his fire seemed gone. For a man famous for destroying his opponents, this just didn't feel like the real Tyson.
Well, it turns out this fight is rigged. Yeah, there's rumors going around. Apparently in the contract, Mike Tyson is not allowed to actually knock out Jake Paul or knock him down in any of the rounds. I can't lie, what did you expect? Of course this fight was going to be rigged. It's a 60-year-old versus a 20-something-year-old. Bro, I won't be surprised if the match ends up being a draw or some bullshit, bro. I think there's too much at stake, because if Mike Tyson loses to fucking Jake Paul, then This brother's entire legacy's just gone down the drain.
What made this even more suspicious was how different Tyson looked compared to his fight with Roy Jones Jr. just 4 years earlier. Tyson was a beast. His speed, energy, and aggression were all there. But against Jake Paul, it was like watching a totally different fighter. For many fans, the only reason that made sense was that Tyson was holding back, not because he wanted to, but because he had to. One of the strangest parts of the fight was how often Tyson bit his gloves. For fans who've watched him for years, this wasn't new. Tyson has done that before when he's frustrated or trying to control himself. But this time, he did it so much that fans couldn't ignore it. Was it just a habit, or was it something more serious? Rumors started spreading fast. Some people said Tyson was given a script before the fight, a list of rules he had to follow to make the match fun but not too dangerous for Jake Paul. The rumor claimed he was told to hold back his punches and avoid knocking Jake out. Sounds crazy, right? But in the world of celebrity boxing, is it really that hard to believe?
What happened? What happened in the fight? What happened in the ring? There was no substance. It's like when you're cooking a meal all day. You cook up a nice broth. You put your organic steak mince in. You put your potatoes in. Your sweet potatoes are a bit better for you. A bit of vegetables, all your stock, and you're slow cooking it all day. And then at the end of the day, when you dip the spoon in and you have a little sample and it tastes like absolute shit, you think to yourself, what a waste of time.
Mike Tyson's fight with Jake Paul left fans feeling let down, especially when they compared it to his match with Roy Jones Jr. back in 2020. Let's think back to that fight for a moment. Tyson was 64 years old and hadn't fought in 15 years, but that night he looked like his old self again. His body punches were powerful, his footwork was sharp, and he moved like a man who wanted to remind everyone why he's one of the greatest boxers ever. Fast forward to 2024, and the Tyson who faced Jake Paul looked like a shadow of that same man. He barely moved around the ring, threw fewer than 100 punches, and seemed okay just standing still. What happened? Was it just because of age? For some fans, that's the simple answer. Tyson was 68 in the Jake Paul fight, and that's old for any boxer. But others felt the drop-off was just too big to be because of age alone. Tyson said it was a knee injury that slowed him down. Sure, injuries happen to all athletes, but fans weren't totally convinced. The Tyson they've watched for decades has always been a fighter who pushed through pain and tough times, never letting injuries hold him back. So why would a knee injury suddenly stop him from giving it his all?
I'm sorry, yeah, but talk about bullshit. This fight, you're telling me that the one and only, one of the best boxers of all time, only threw 97 punches, and you're telling me this gimp threw 278? But not only that, you're going to tell me as well that Tyson only landed 18. Percentage of 18%. Do you know what? Yeah, if it was not even fair, if it was a fight that was actually legit, I would give this brother props.
Here's the thing, Tyson's performance didn't match what he said before the fight. In interviews, he promised he'd be aggressive, saying he was going to chase Jake and wear him out. These weren't just random words, they helped sell the fight to millions of fans. But on fight night, that version of Tyson never showed up. Instead, we saw a man who looked unsure, held back, and almost disconnected from what was happening. Fans couldn't help but compare this to his fight with Roy Jones Jr. back then. Tyson looked focused and ready for war. Against Jake Paul, he looked like someone following a plan. Was this because of age, or was there something more behind it? Maybe Tyson was holding back because he didn't want to outshine Jake Paul, who's made his name by beating famous opponents. Whatever the reason, the huge difference between these two fights has fans still arguing about it. One thing's for sure, the Tyson we saw against Jake Paul wasn't the one fans wanted to see, and that's a big reason why this fight feels so controversial. Mike Tyson hyped up his fight with Jake Paul the way only he can. He didn't hold back when talking about what fans should expect. He spoke about his game plan, his hunger, and how he was going to show Jake Paul what a real fight looks like. In those interviews, Tyson seemed full of energy and confidence. He said he would chase Jake and wear him down, painting the picture of the wild, unstoppable Tyson fans have always known.
Going straight through it. Woo! He won't have to wait. He don't have to find me. All the running I'm going to do is right at him. He ain't got to worry about fight.
But when fight day came, the Tyson in the ring didn't match the Tyson from the interviews. Instead of charging forward and putting pressure on Jake, Tyson mostly stayed in one place during the fight. His punches came here and there, his footwork was almost gone, and his usual fire was missing. For fans who believed the pre-fight hype, what they saw was a big disappointment. So what really happened? Some fans think Tyson's age finally caught up to him. Boxing is a young man's game, and expecting a 68-year-old to fight like he's still in his prime might be too much. But for others, the sudden change from Tyson's confident words to his quiet performance felt too strange to just be bad luck. Was Tyson told to hold back? Was he under pressure to fight a certain way? Right after the match, rumors started spreading fast. Celebrity boxing is a huge business, and a fight between Tyson and Jake Paul was always meant to be more about entertainment than real competition. Fans started guessing that Tyson might have been asked to calm down his aggression to make the fight look good. A total beatdown wouldn't have helped Jake Paul's image, and a planned-out fight could make sure both men kept their reputations and their big paychecks.
At the end, you bowed, you kept it classy, you was wobbled, you did your thing, you didn't get greedy.
Yeah, after I seen him a little bit tired, I didn't want to put too much hurt on him, but I wanted the fans to get a good experience. But there was a point where all of my aggression and like super violence and like I'm gonna knock this guy out and show him, it went away when I wasn't getting hit much at all. And I don't know, I just
punches wasn't doing it.
I love Mike.